Ignoring someone is one of the most powerful psychological moves. It is a move most people never understand.
Because when you remove attention, you create something dangerous. You create uncertainty.
And the human mind hates uncertainty more than almost anything else.
Quaddle, it becomes normal.
And anything that becomes normal loses value. But the moment you stop, everything changes.
Now they notice the absence, not the presence.
Why is he not replying? Did something change?
And without realizing it, they start thinking about you.
Not because you chased them, but because you disappeared.
Because attention is addictive.
And when you take it away, people feel withdrawal.
Silence creates a gap, and the brain must fill that gap.
Usually with overthinking and assumptions.
Because now, you are no longer predictable.
And unpredictability creates emotional pressure.
The more they try to understand, the more they think about you. And the more they think, the more influence you have.
Because control is not force. It is attention. Whoever controls attention controls the dynamic.
When you stop giving attention, you shift the power.
Now they start chasing. Not always because they care.
But because they lost control.
And humans hate losing control.
That's the hidden psychology behind ignoring.
It flips everything, from you chasing to them chasing.
From you reacting to them reacting. And that shift is power. But this only works if it is real. If you fake it, people will feel it. Because behavior always leaks truth.
True power comes from detachment, from not needing a response. From being okay with silence.
From not depending on outcomes.
That is when ignoring becomes powerful. Not as a trick, but as a mindset. Because when you don't need attention, you naturally control it.
And when you control attention, you control the situation.
The less you chase, the more they notice.
I've compiled the data on the anomaly.
The less you react, the more they feel.
The less you speak, the more they think.
And the more they think, the more power you have.
So don't ignore to manipulate.
Ignore because you are in control.
Ignore because you don't need to react.
Ignore because your silence has value.
And when your silence has value, you have power.
Silence is not just an absence of sound. It is the presence of strength. When you stop explaining, you start existing.
True influence doesn't need a voice.
The less you need to be heard, the more they listen.
Uncertainty is the weight they must carry.
And silence is the mirror where they see themselves. Control the void, and you control the room. Time is only an enemy to those who wait for a reaction. This is not a game. It is a state of being. Power is not about making noise.
It is about being the one who does not need to speak.
When you are quiet, they have to confront their own thoughts.
Every second of silence increases your worth.
They begin to value what they no longer have. Attachment is a chain. Detachment is the key. By being unavailable, you become unforgettable. The dynamic is now yours to command.
This is the architecture of influence.
Power is not held by the one who reacts. It is held by the one who remains unshakable. To ignore is to choose where your energy goes. It is the ultimate filter of human value. If you don't chase the light follows you. Your silence is the most expensive thing you own. Don't waste it on those who haven't earned it.
Validation is the trap. Detachment is the escape.
Be the one who can walk away. That is where your power truly begins.
Ignore, because you are in control.
Ignore, because your silence has value.
And when your silence has value, you have power.
The power is yours.